How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at some horror movie arts and crafts that I've made. I'm a big fan of scary movies, and every now and then I'm watching a scary movie, and there's something from the movie I like and I want on my shelf. And today we're going to be taking a look at a few of these. You notice a lot of these sitting on the shelf when I do videos where you can see my face, and they're just, fun things I made, and I had gotten a question about one of them, and I thought, hey, let's go ahead and make a video about, fun horror movie things that I've made myself. And we'll go ahead and begin with this pumpkin. This pumpkin is the pumpkin that is on top of Stooge's car in the movie Night of the Demons. Stooge has this on his car. He's a punk rock character, and he's racing towards the Halloween party at Hull House. And I really did like the pumpkin design. This actually, the movie has an animated opening, and it transitions from the animation to reality with this pumpkin, and I really wanted it, so I went out and bought these. For the fall around Thanksgiving and Halloween, they have all these foam pumpkins, and I was hoping that these would be carvable, and they're not. It's solid foam all the way through, but I cut out the shape and I pushed it in as hard as I could, and then I used paint to seep into the gaps and keep it at this little bit of an indent. So it's not cut in all the way, but it is down, and you can feel the texture. And I really did like doing this. It is really fun, and I keep it on my set for well past Halloween, because I really do love the movie, and this is a fun little item from Night of the Demons. Now I kind of wanted to go back and make a bunch of these, various pumpkins from Halloween horror movies. Think, the pumpkins from Trick or Treat or all the different Halloween movies. But for whatever reason, I did make this in 2020, a pandemic year, and they didn't have the pumpkins out for too terribly long, and I got one and I went back for more and they were all gone. So, oh well. But anyway, I also gave it a better paint job. This was just solid orange, really did look like paint. The key is incorporating these the light, pumpkin thing, when pumpkins start to have a little bit of imperfections. Get some darks, paint it over with orange, do a very textured job, and don't forget the light rotted colors. I also did more work on the stem as well to make that better. Up next, something that I've wanted for forever, and finally just decided to make myself. You think this would be something that's in Halloween stores all the time, but that is my own lament configuration. Basically, I bought a little box from the Dollar Tree, and I painted it all black, and then I got a gold paint pen, a metallic gold paint pen, and I drew on all the different sides there of the box, and then I went back in with black and fixed the mistakes that I made with the gold pen, but also went back and did these little dotting details to make the thing better looking. And I might do a whole tutorial for how to make this, because I know a lot of people want puzzle boxes, and it's not the best. It's not perfectly movie accurate. Like, these things should be separated. I just couldn't get, like, the first time I attempted this, I tried to make them separate, and they all just looked too big and blocky. But it's not perfect, but to have a puzzle box, and this thing only cost me like a little over $1 in materials, to have a puzzle box for like $1 to $2 is pretty cool. So I might do a full tutorial video on this if I do a bunch of prep work. And since it's a box from the Dollar Tree that's meant to be open, you can actually slide this open and put stuff inside your puzzle box there. But I really wish that Spirit Halloween would just carry these around Halloween, but for some reason they don't, and I had to make my own. Like I said, not 100% movie accurate, but pretty good for what it is. And yeah, just a black paint, gold paint pen, metallic of course, and then go back in with black to punch up the details. Now I know technically brown and gold would be more movie accurate, but I always like my puzzle boxes to be black and gold. It's just a better pop, and it's darker, I think, So yeah, had to go and make my own puzzle box. Really glad to make this. I binged watched the Hellraiser movies with my cousin, and at Christmas time I also gave him his own puzzle box, so now we both have one. Moving along, these are a few things that I've made with Sculpey. Basically, Sculpey you get tinfoil and wire, and you crunch it down, and then you put the clay on top of it. And you can look up how to do Sculpey stuff. This isn't a full tutorial. And a really easy thing to make, I made Jack Frost here from the Jack Frost movies. And I thought it would be fun to, around Christmas time, there's a bunch of other snowmen that we put out as decorations. I thought it'd be fun to sneak him in there. It's like, oh, all these snowmen. But this one's really Jack Frost. Really the key thing with him is the, the buttons, carrot, but he has the indent for a mouth and these two stick eyebrows, and then these arms, rather than stick arms, he has sculpted arms. But yeah, this is how he appears in the movie, and it's really fun, to put him up as a Christmas decoration, and he gets passed by most people, but yeah, people who know this is Jack Frost, and that's always really fun. Another kind of Christmassy, but it's actually not a Christmas movie, but we have the Gingerdeadman here. I wanted to do another Sculpey thing, it's kind of in the kick, and I made the little Gingerdeadman, but he was kind of weird just standing there by himself, so I gave him this little base like his jar of gingerbread seasoning had spilled out, and it spills out of the jar, and there's the lid kind of lost in the gingerbread seasoning powder, and he's sitting atop the pile of his own powder, which is kind of weird, but yeah, the face was hard to get right because it was kind of small, but yeah, the Gingerdeadman as portrayed by Gary Busey, and fun to have a little full moon sculpture there. I'm a big fan of full moon movies, so had to make the Gingerdeadman. I've been thinking about doing more, but maybe later. Anyway, after that, in the early days of this channel, I like to put something with the DVD when I did my thumbnails. I like to put something with the DVD, and I made these studio things. So this first one here is the Hammer Films hammer. I made this. It's a Dollar Tree mallet, and by the way, this is actually a really good mallet. I went back and bought another one once I realized how good it was. Dollar Tree mallet, stuck some air dry clay to it, so instead of rubber it looks like a big piece of stone. And then I got the Hammer Films logo on there, reminiscent of their new logo, the red one, and there it is on the other side there, so I had to do it twice. And yeah, this is just big chunks of air dry clay glued to the hammer, and then this is electrical tape to give it some texture. Yeah, kind of a weird, but I don't know. I really loved Hammer Films, and something in my head, I just wanted to make the Hammer Films hammer, and you see this in some of the thumbnails for the Hammer movies, and I used to bang it down on the table sometimes before I did a review. But yeah, the Hammer Films hammer, the British production studio, and I, for some reason, wanted to make that hammer. I don't know why. The last thing I have to show you, another case where I wanted to make a studio logo. I talked about Full Moon briefly with the Gingerdeadman over there, and here's the Full Moon Features logo. This is 2 blocks of forest foam with, again, air dry clay glued over it. The forest foam kept wanting to dissolve, so I had to coat it with a thick layer of non-watered paint, not wet down at all, to, kind of form a shell around the forest foam so I could begin to work on it. And I had to, get a pause of the logo at the right point, because in the logo these clouds move away, and I want to see enough of the moon to get it, but I also want all these clouds on it. And then this is all 3D, but features couldn't be 3D because the base needed to stand out more, or the weight would have been off and it would have fallen down. So I had to stick out features so that this would be a better base. And I did make this a bit ago, in the clay, especially on the back, this didn't work out to be the smoothest thing, but it is kind of funny looking, the Full Moon logo just sitting there on my shelf for whatever reason. I don't know, I made a bunch of weird stuff. Anyway, so this is a quick look at some of the arts and crafts I made really just a just for fun thing, and you can see a lot of this stuff sitting on my shelf, and this is a closer look at it. So yeah, horror movie, arts and crafts, just a bunch of really fun things to pass the time with, and I thought I'd share the stuff that I made with you guys. So anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You're really helping the channel out. I'll put a relevant playlist on the bottom if you want to see more. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. If you want to see more, relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.